just a little something I wouldn't mind bringing to the attention of any magistrate or judge who wants to hear a matter against me. I had a magistrate in Lismore tell me recently that she's bound by the statutes of New South Wales, and I politely reminded her that I am not. But this I bring to the attention, so ignorance of the law is no excuse, to the attention of any judge or magistrate that wants to hear a criminal matter against me raised by the state of New South Wales or any other of the Crown's minions. Slavery, sexual servitude and deceptive recruiting. I don't want to be a soldier for the Crown. I don't want to be recruited. So if you recruit me deceptively, or if you think you have a right of ownership over me on behalf of the state, or you're going to exercise a right of ownership over me on the behalf of the state or the Commonwealth, I bring this to your attention. This is your law. Section 270.1 of the Criminal Code Act 1995. Definition of slavery. For the purpose of this division, slavery is the condition of a person over whom any or all of the powers attaching to the right of ownership are exercised, including where such condition results from a debt or a contract made by the person. Okay? Now, a person who, whether within or outside of Australia intentionally, possesses a slave or exercises over a slave any of the other powers attaching to the right of ownership, or engages in slave trading, or enters into any commercial transaction involving a slave, or exercises control or direction over or provides finance for any act of slave trading or any commercial transaction involving a slave, is guilty of an offence, imprisonment 25 years. Now, I am not one of Her Majesty's possessions, whether as an Australian citizen who is unwittingly a British subject, or whether as a British subject, or whether as anything. I am not one of the Crown's possessions. I'm not one of Her Majesty's possessions. I agree with him. And if a court is going to exercise any of the powers attaching to a right of ownership over me for and on behalf of the state, for example, bringing me before the court and forcing me to accept any suggestion of punishment by that court for any act I may have done that is an act that breaches any British law, then I will be addressing the matter from the point of view of slavery. I am not one of the Crown's possessions. They do not own me. They do not have the right to tell me what my name is and where I live and what day I was born or any of this bullshit. They have no right to tell me anything, and they have no right to tell me that I will be subject to Her Majesty as my sovereign, and particularly not on my tribe's land. They have no more right to do that than the Github have any right to send someone to England and challenge Her Majesty on her soil. The courts in this country need to have a look at Halsbury's 3rd edition, volume 36, under the title Statutes, at page 337 at paragraph 559, part 12. And read it and read it and read it, because it states very clearly that the Parliament of the United Kingdom cannot usurp the sovereignty of the tribes, and the tribes cannot usurp the sovereignty of the United Kingdom. That was why when Burnham went to Dover and stuck the stick in the ground with a flag on it and said he took the land for the Aboriginal people, that is why the British laughed at him, both the Parliament and their monarch, because they knew about Halsbury's. We can't usurp her sovereignty, she can't usurp ours, and neither can any of her minions. They don't have the right to do that. They have no lawful right. They don't have any legal right to do that under their own statutes. As I say again, Barry O'Farrell, if you want to move forward on this, we're quite amicable to doing business. But the previous state government agent who was in the position to deal with in relation to the ILUA failed to respond to a notice that gave the state 21 days to provide certain information to us. Now the state's in breach of that notice, You will be receiving a notice shortly, and you'll have 28 days from receipt of that notice to either sit down at the table with us or get your goods and chattels off our land. Anything that's left after the 28 days will belong to the tribe. Okay? Any improvements left on the land, constructed without our consent, will be taken as rent. Time's come. The game is afoot. Thank you.